Good afternoon. My name is Lynn Parkerson, and I am the founding artistic director of Brooklyn Ballet. And I'm so pleased that you've come to our home here on Skirmorhorn Street. And I know that my faculty, the Brooklyn Ballet faculty, has really been enjoying doing this program this year with you all, the after-school program. And I think today we're going to do a program for you that is called What is Ballet? And I'm sure, raise your hand if you've heard, if you know what ballet is. I mean, everyone's heard of it, they know about it, but I'm going to guarantee you that today you're going to learn something about ballet that you didn't know, and something that's maybe unexpected that you might not have thought ballet is or was. So that's why I call the program What is Ballet? And we're going to start the show with just an introduction to the dancers that are going to be performing for you. And I'll be telling you their names and why they dance. And we're just going to start. They're going to be doing movement variations that they made up to express sort of who they are as dancers. Introducing Brooklyn Ballet. This is Dwayne Gosa. He's from Columbus, Ohio. He started dancing when he was 16 years old. Dwayne says, I love dancing because I love music. Dancing is the closest thing to actually becoming the music. Durham, North Carolina. She started dancing when she was 10. And Catherine says she loves the challenge of trying to create something beautiful with dance. Catherine is the director of our after-school programs. Vincent is from Canarsie, Brooklyn. He started ballet when he was 17. First, he liked impersonating Michael Jackson, and he fell in love with ballet just by accident when people told him he had to take ballet. from Colombia. She started dancing when she was 11. She says, dance makes me happy. And I feel when I dance, I can transport the audience to a magic place that I own. Thank you, Brooklyn Ballet. Thank you, dancers. So I want to ask you, do any of you recognize these symbols? Those of you who are in our after-school program? Wow, the echo. So I just want to kind of go over these and also talk to the students here that maybe don't know what these mean. This is the language of dance. These are 6 of the basic elements of dance that you see whenever you see somebody move and dance. And I want to let you know what these mean. In fact, I could probably ask one of you. Let's see. Let's see if anyone, does anyone know what that means?
Rotation.
Rotation. Does anyone have another word for rotation? Rotation. What does rotation mean? Tom. Turning. What do ice skaters do? Spinning. Yeah, this means rotation. But you can also rotate your joints. For example, everyone could put their arm way up high, and you can also sort of feel how your arm will rotate in its joint. And in ballet, we also rotate our legs in the joints. So that's why we turn out in ballet, and it increases our range of movement when you rotate. Let's see. In the back. Travel. Did you see the dancers traveling from one place to another?
Yes.
A lot of the time? Yeah, any kind of traveling, going from one point to another, is a big piece of what makes dancing exciting. What about this one?
I think that's spring.
Spring, correct. I like that. I love that Nets t-shirt. Basketball players spring. They jump really high. And dancers do too, you might have noticed. How about this one?
Stillness.
Stillness. So the opposite of moving is stillness, and so you always have to have the opposite of something to actually see the other. So we have movement and stillness. Really important piece of dancing is stillness. Now these two are really important signs, particularly for ballet. Let's see. The white shirt.
Flexion and extension.
Correct. Flexion and extension. So everyone just extend your arms. Both arms. You can extend both. I can't. I can just do one. Extend both arms, and the opposite of extension would be to flex your arms. So let's extend both arms really fast. Flex them really fast. Extend really fast. Flex them really fast. Slow extend. Slow extend. Good. Now we're going to slowly flex, and we're all going to flex our backs too. So that means we're going to bend our backs and our arms. And let's extend just our backs. Just our backs. Come poking like turtles out of a shell. Yeah. And in ballet, you'll notice that the backs are often very extended. In fact, the reason they're so extended is because ballet was born about 400 years ago in the court of Louis XIV. So we're going to bring on a dancer from 400 years ago, and you're going to see why the backs are so straight in the ballet technique. You might recognize her, you might not. This is Catherine Green, and you can see she has a costume on that prevents her from moving her back. She can go to the side a little tiny bit, not too much flexion there, not too much flexion to the back. And fashion played a big part in ballet, still does. But it really limited the movement. However, it gave us some very beautiful ways to move even with the limited movement. Now we're going to bring a contemporary ballet dancer in with her typical costume that she might be wearing to warm up. This is Miku, and she has leotards and tights. We all know that. And just what the leotards and tights allow us to do is pretty much anything we want. We were used to moving our body in lots of ways, so she's just going to show you some back flexion and anything she can do to, and as you can see, Catherine can only do about just a taste of what she's doing. And of course, the ladies were not allowed to have even their ankles showing out of the dress. So it was very different, and now we're used to looking at the body in a different way and moving it in lots of different ways. So we're going to do a dance for you, Catherine and Miku, that show the difference and the similarities between Baroque dance from 400 years ago and a neoclassical interpretation of the Baroque dance. This dance is called La Folia, and we'll perform it for you. Don't walk too fast. Okay, so let's say that was 400 years ago with Miss Catherine in the beautiful dress. And then the French Revolution happened. Has anyone heard of the French Revolution? Probably some of you have studied it. I don't know 6th grade curriculum exactly, but anyway, France, with its kings and queens and all of that, they lost all their power eventually. And so they were no longer, ballet was no longer owned by the French court. However, it was very popular. It became very popular. And so we went into another era of ballet after the Baroque, the Romantic era. And the costumes changed, dancers started dancing on their toes, and the stories started to be created around ballets. So it wasn't about kings and queens, but about mystical creatures perhaps, about peasant dances, about spider dances. There were all kinds of different themes that got to be expressed with ballet. And we're going to show you a very well-known piece from the Romantic ballet repertory, from a ballet called Les Sylphides, to music by Chopin. And this is a sylph, by the way. Anyone know what a sylph is? A sylph is kind of half woman, half ghost. And there are lots of ballets that have these creatures in them, sometimes 32 of them, whisking around the stage. We're going to show you one of those creatures in the prelude from Les Sylphides. So do you think ballet is sort of an easy thing to do? Do you think? No. It takes something, right? It really takes something to do it well. And in fact, dancers have to work every day exercising, doing ballet bar, doing a lot of things. Do you recognize some of the folks kind of coming in? Yes. Yes. So these are many of your faculty members that you've already had a chance to work with, and they're going to kind of show you the kinds of exercises that they and ballet dancers and all kinds of dancers do every day to make themselves strong, to make themselves flexible. And I also want you to know that all of the things that they do at the bar are comprised of these elements. So I'm going to be reminding you a little bit about what they're actually doing with their bodies as related to the language of dance. We're going to start with the plie. Ballet is conducted in the French language. And we'll start.
Off the floor.
arabesque. And a passe is one leg extended and one leg flexed is a passe. You notice they try to always test their balance to see if they're really vertical. Frappe means to strike. Their feet strike the floor. This is a fast exercise so that the gentlemen especially can get strong to jump. It's a quick flexion and an extension. Emploi. Double frappe. And our final exercise at the bar, grand battement. This is the biggest exercise at the bar that demands the most flexibility and strength. Notice both legs really extended, and the back is extended. The arm is extended to the front in the arabesque. Thank you, dancers, for the ballet bar. And know that in a real class, it would probably take 3 or 4 times that long, because they would repeat it more times and do right and left. So they're putting the bars away, and just like in a ballet class, they're going to come to the center, and they're going to do a center combination. And this combination, again, you're going to notice, has all these components that they've been practicing at the bar and that are part of dancing. Okay, does everyone have room? That looks good. Okay. Is Megan ready? Okay, great. All right, let's do our center combination where they start to travel through space. Flexion, extension. And rotation or pirouette. Traveling backwards with a balance. Tombe Pangare, pas de chat. Oh, stillness. Traveling, springing. Sue, and finish. Thank you, dancers. Shake out. We're going to do it one more time. Sometimes we sort of shake out our legs in the middle of a ballet class so we don't cramp up. And this time, I would like you guys, if you see something, say something. If you see rotation, you say rotation. I like to use the saying this way. And if you see extension, just call it out, okay? Whatever you see. And of course, some movements are made up of lots of different components, but if you see something, just say what it is that you see, as we've studied so far. One more time, the center combination. Louder. Louder. Yeah? Yeah? Yes. Yeah? dancers. Now, we're going to do one more thing that I need your help for. The dancers are going to do kind of an improvisation now. And they're going to base their improvisation on these different elements. So I'm going to give you a little quiz and see if you know these now, particularly the people who maybe don't do the after-school program. Some of you don't do the after-school program, and let's see if you've learned these. And the dancers will demonstrate them if someone gets the right answer. So let's see. Okay, let's look at some different rotations. There are many, many ways to rotate. You can rotate in the low level, in the high level, with flexed backs, lots of different ways. And let's see, let's do this one. Correct. Let's look at the different ways that a ballet dancer, modern dancer, jazz dancer can extend their bodies. Yeah, ballet dancers and all dancers have to be very flexible. Lots of extensions. And what about this one? Flexion. There's some flexing of the limbs, flexions of the torsos. All kinds of flexions. How about travel? Let's see. There's some walking. Yeah. There's some springing. There's some kind of jazz traveling. Backwards traveling. Crawling. Baby traveling. Lots of traveling. And some of them were traveling and springing, and now they can spring and travel and extended, flexed, every which way. And since they're getting tired, why don't we go for this one? They really still? They have to breathe, but otherwise they're pretty still. Thank you, dancers. Oh, you're not breathing. I suggest. Okay. That was a fall. You know, there's a symbol for falling, but we didn't teach that today. There's symbols for everything that we do. Okay, great. So we're gonna move right along into the classical era of ballet. And this kind of came to a peak when ballet became popular all over Europe and then landed in Russia. And the Russians really did some spectacular things with ballet and choreographed many, many classical ballets. How about the Nutcracker? Have you heard of the Nutcracker? Yes. Has anyone danced in the Nutcracker? No. Not yet? Okay. Well, we're going to do the Grand Pas from the Nutcracker. That's the Sugar Plum Fairy and the Cavalier, her partner. And the thing about Russian ballet, and this was choreographed in Russia maybe about 100 years ago, it's very, very spectacular and thrilling. So I think you're going to enjoy this. So this is our final dance of the program. And it's with Miku Kawamura and Dwayne Gosa. And they're going to perform the Grand Pas de Deux from the Nutcracker. her pas de deux. Thank you so much. Thank you. So to say goodbye, I thought we would bring your teachers maybe back one more time. So we're going to go back to track 1 and do a little kind of, instead of being an introduction dance, it'll be a little bit of a goodbye dance. And are they ready? Yes, I think we're ready to go. Started dancing when she was 10. Catherine is the director of our outreach programs, and she is on the faculty of Hunter College. Loves to dance because it is exhilarating. And did you know that Erin danced in the Broadway production of Ballet? Who had Erin for a teacher? There you Moore. He was born in Lincoln, Nebraska. He started ballet when he was 5 years old, and he dances because it challenges me and keeps me in shape. He's also doing his PhD at Columbia University, studying cognitive brain ology. This is Charisma J. She is from Brooklyn, New York. She started when she was 2 years old. She says, I love dancing because I get to speak with my body and perform on stage. Charisma for a teacher. Okay. 6, 7, 8, and you very much. Thank you very much, dancers. And thank you all for being such a great audience. Very, very attentive. And I think you learned something. How many learned at least something today? One thing, two things at least? Three things? Good. I do want to thank a couple of people because we're so thrilled to be at MS8 this year. We want to thank Council Member Steve Levin, who gave us the funding to be able to go to MS8 with a full year after-school program. And we're so excited to be able to bring all the different dance forms to your school. And we want to thank two parents who really made it happen. That was Anna Lyer and Liza Hoffenberg, who really got everything together for this program. And of course, your principal, Allison Hicks, who makes everything happen, by the way. Okay, so, we can do a couple of questions, or we can just, I don't know what your timing is like. You have a little time? All right, dancers, you may want to sit on the ground, but then you've got your costumes on, so that's not so easy. Maybe, we're usually on these stages and they come and sit in the end, but maybe, Arnold, you could bring a chair or two out for the dancers, if that's possible. Okay. All right, does anyone have a question?
What was the secret that we might not know about it?
The secret? Oh, well, did you know that that the person who started ballet was King Louis XIV? I didn't know that one. I studied ballet a long time before I knew that. So that's one thing I thought you might not know.
Does it hurt? Because it looks like it hurts.
Does it hurt? Because it looks like it hurts. Let me see.
Yes, it does. But I have my weeks. Some weeks I'm really good and I don't have pain. And other weeks the pain come back. But if you really like it and it's your passion, as you're dancing, you just forget about it and you dance. And it doesn't hurt that much.
There's also, we take care of ourselves very well. So, you get sore muscles and things like that. Sports, that happens when you work your body very hard. Yeah? Do all the dancers only do ballet? What do you think? What did you think?
Well, no. I mean, most of the time.
I think that all the dancers do ballet to keep themselves in shape and to do class, but some of them might perform in like a jazz company, a modern company, a Broadway show, but they all do ballet. Ballet is one of those things. Isn't it challenging to dance in the costumes?
Yes, it's really tight, so I can't get enough oxygen, so you can practice with it, and especially with a partner, like you have to really practice with it. Yeah, yes, because it's really different than like wearing costume compared to wearing like regular practice clothes. I feel nice.
Yeah, I noticed that she actually made it tighter before today's performance, so there's a enjoyment to being contained like that. Awesome. How do we keep in shape and stay healthy? I'm going right to.
Yeah, me personally, I take a lot of yoga outside of dancing. I also teach Pilates and do a lot of Pilates of my own. It's a lot of cross-training to help stay in shape, a lot of cardio, which you have to do to keep your heart rate, and sleep. Sleep. Eating healthy is a huge part of it, lots of water to keep your body hydrated, and not eating crappy foods. Yeah, so you have to eat.
McDonald's?
No McDonald's, no. Yeah, so it's eating healthy, so you have sustainable energy. You get as many hours in the day, so you need to keep your body.
Most hard times.
They look like it's a birthday.
Let's see, who hasn't asked a question?
How does it feel like when you walk me
How does it feel like when you're walking on your toes? Is it really, really painful? Megan's done some toe walking in her day.
Many walking. It's, at first, yes, because it's very strange. It's like putting your foot in a box and then wearing boxes for shoes. But then it's so much fun that you forget. And then you take your shoes off and you're like, oh, I'm bleeding. But then it stops. It takes time. So it's okay. But we can have many different kinds of shoes where you're walking on your toes. You know, like a 4-inch heel, maybe. So you're on your toes a lot. Not the tip, but you're on your toes. Does it hurt? Yeah, but it's worth it. It's like flying.
And you also build up some skin on your toes that make it easier for you to be on your toes. And there's things you put in your shoe too to help that you don't feel so much pressure.
Well, I saw some shoes that had like a square at the tip of the shoe. Like, are those custom made or something?
Like the point shoe, you mean? Like,
Yes, yeah.
maybe let's take off her shoe. Can you give us your shoe?
I was gonna say
Was it sort of like this? Like this kind? And custom made, is it, I mean, they are they handmade shoes these days? You want to really warm. It's really pass it around. It's sweaty.
I want a shoe. I like shoes.
Does anyone else have a question while we're passing the shoe around? Excuse me? Do I dance? I dance, yes I do. I take a ballet bar like every day, even though I can't lift my leg way up anymore. But I still can do a lot of the things that ballet requires. And I do some improvisational work and some modern dance. But most of the time I'm working with dancers and creating programs, education programs, and making choreography. So we're going to be performing here. The company will be performing February 28th through March 10th. I should give you guys each a postcard on my way out. That'd be great. Yeah, okay, so be sure to take a postcard on your way out because you guys live close to this theater and you might want to come and see the group dance a performance that we've been working on with new choreography and digital scenery and all kinds of good stuff. I'm going to let you ask one more question.
Can you do the moonwalk again?
Can you do the moonwalk again? I think he would love to.
Yes, I can.
Almost. Oh, yeah.
Well, I don't exactly remember her name, but I remember she said she was Colombian,
Yes.
and there's actually a really good Colombian soccer player. I don't know if she knows him.
What's his name?
Falcao.
Oh, I've heard of him because my Aaron plays soccer. What's his name?
Radamel Falcao.
You know him?
Yeah.
Not personally, but have you heard of him?
What is his name?
Radamel Falcao.
Have you heard of him? He's a famous Colombian soccer player. For shame. Which one do you know?
Carlos, like he has curly hair.
Carlos?
Yeah.
Carlos, the soccer player. Are you from Colombia?
No,
No. Okay, well, I think you guys did a great job. I do want to give you a postcard on your way out, except there's one more. Oh, you're waving to me. Okay, that's good. That's good. Did you have one more? Sure. Me? Do a dance move?